Hello, this is Telly with the Box Truck Hustle podcast, where we talk real stories, real strategies, and talk about freight moving every day. I am your host, Telly Arnold, and I am the owner of TLA Group. And pretty soon, Straight Connect should be launching really, really soon, and we will start testing it. I am very excited about that. My business partner, Sharif, will introduce himself.
How are you guys? I'm Shari Brooks, co-owner of TLA Group, driver, dispatcher. I have 25-year experience of driving, dry van, flatbed, and now box trucks.
All right, Shanique, you're next.
Hi, I'm Shanique. I'm with Neat Dispatching. I have 4 years experience dispatching. Also, I'm a licensed insurance agent.
Okay. Insurance agent. Derek?
Hey, what's up? Derek Williams, owner of Fast Lane Trucking, the owner operator. Been on a little over a year, so I'm the newbie.
And you do something else? Real
Oh,
estate?
I also did wholesale real estate, and I'm my own ATM business.
Sure do. I was like, yeah, you got a lot of businesses going on.
Keep that on the low, IRS list. Boy, I
Okay.
might didn't tell them everything. I might didn't tell them everything this year.
Thanks to Telly, thanks to Telly, you know.
Yeah. Finna get that phone call.
Exactly.
Man.
My spam block ain't gonna block that phone no more. It's gonna come through.
Exactly. It's gonna go through this.
Well,
Oh,
guys, I'm going to be sending y'all a link when we get off of this podcast, and I need you to test out Straight Connect for me and give me your. Um, I'll set up a Zoom call so we could talk about it, but the verification might not be there yet. That's why I haven't fully launched it, but at least you can go in there and just set up a profile and test it out for me if you could please do that. I would
no problem.
appreciate it.
All
No
right.
problem.
And what else you guys got for today other than my lovely conversation of these fuel costs? Cause yeah, I saw a $255 bill come through. The bill was already sitting at 700 on Pilot, so we already at $1,000 for
Ooh.
this week. I'm like, what?
And
I think the biggest.
tomorrow is the deadline, right?
Tomorrow's the last. What's tomorrow? Wednesday.
No,
Tomorrow's the la-
tomorrow is
tomorrow.
Thursday.
No, today's
No,
Tuesday.
today's Tuesday. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
we
my
got
fault.
one more day on this period.
Yeah, one more day, one more day. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'll leave it. Oh, tomorrow is the last day.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you gonna put fuel in.
Gotcha,
Use
gotcha.
Mudflap. Use Mudflap
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I bet. I bet. Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah.
But that's how you have to. That's the strategy of it, because that's the one thing. Once I was waiting to see how much, and it's been like $100 difference from being empty to filling up. So it's been
Yeah.
about 100. I've never hit 300 filling up before. You know.
Yeah.
People posting pictures of that fuel screen at the gas pump. And a lot of folks hitting 350, 370. Like
Yeah.
I, I'm
Yeah. When
almost
I
at the
saw
point where
that.
like put that just fill up that if you got the dual tanks, just fill up that dual tank and that first tank and just go for what you know until you get. I'm like, man, I don't like to see that big old number. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, when I
But
saw
see,
our one bill that was $300, that made me pull out the pilot statement and start paying attention to our cutoff time. Because normally I don't pay attention to it. So I'm like, okay, so it ends on Wednesday. So I need you to not touch pilot until after Wednesday. Go to Mudflap tomorrow. Because
gotcha,
we already
gotcha.
sitting at, it was like nine, it was at nine something, I think, when I last looked at it. Yeah.
Eh,
I
But you know, I'm glad.
That's probably what you usually do in a month.
Well,
no.
you know what? I would like to give a driver's tip, for as any drivers that may be listening. Make sure after you get an oil change, if they don't show you that dipstick, check that dipstick before you pull off, because why
Yeah.
I'm noticing the truck riding a little rough, but I'm not paying attention because we just got the oil changed about a week ago. Why? Some tell me to check it. I check the oil. Why that dipstick dry? It's chrome. It's like brand new chrome on the
He
stick.
didn't put no oil in there.
They didn't put any oil in it at
Oh,
all. So I had to put
yeah.
about 4 quart
And I
before
called them.
yeah. So
Did they give you a
it
Yep.
just had to
refund?
let people know.
I
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
go talk to
called
them. They
them
tried to
and the
give
lady
us
was like, "Ain't no way."
well,
Yeah, I called when
they finna
Shanique
give us
told
a
me I
free one.
called.
I'm gonna bring that receipt. They gonna give us a
Yeah.
free
Keep
one
doing it.
because I, I'm gonna let them know we see the charges when I bought 4 quarts of that oil and I had to put it in there. Ain't no, I don't have a leak. And a leak that terrible,
Yeah,
No.
you make somebody blow an engine block. Ain't got no oil in that bad
man.
boy.
Thank
That's
God I
exactly
paid
what I was
attention.
gonna say.
Yeah, thank God I paid attention to the rough and how it sounds. Like when you driving a truck, you'll hear how it sounds and how it feels after an oil change. You can hear it when it needs an oil change. It's louder. You know.
Right.
So
It's working hard.
yeah, it's like it's working
Yeah.
harder. The truck feel like it's like you said, working harder. Exactly.
I went back to where he had parked just to look, and it was no oil stain. You would have saw oil stain from that
Yeah.
Right,
big
right, right.
truck like that. There wasn't nothing there. And when I called her, I was like, "Hey, y'all didn't put any oil in our truck after you did the oil change." Oh, there's no way. I said, "So you're telling me nobody would have made a mistake?" I said, "Because
That's
there's
been
no
done
oil
before.
spill from our truck." Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, about a
That's all
year.
right.
What? Not a year. About 8 months
Hello,
ago,
hello.
they
Can you guys hear me?
we was in Waco, or
Can you
I
hear
was
me
supposed to get an oil
now?
change in Waco,
Nothing.
Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and
Crickets.
they told us it would be the same day. They ain't gonna end up coming back and telling us that it was gonna be the next day. We had a load that was coming to Florida, so we was like, nah, we gotta go. End up leaving and end up basically uh engine blew out like but we didn't know we didn't need an oil change, but I just was gonna get one. But I had to buy
Mm-hmm.
a whole new, well, it wasn't a brand new engine, but I had to buy a used engine for like 6 grand out of Tennessee and drop it in there. And that was like,
Mm.
I was like at 5 months in at the time.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that was a lesson learned. But if I would have waited, I still that load would have been late. And the lady really, uh my authority wasn't old enough to carry for me. She gave me a deal, so I wanted to make sure we got it there. But yeah, thing ended up blowing a gasket in freaking Pensacola, Florida.
Mm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Pensacola.
Damn.
Hey
Been
guys.
there.
Damn.
You remember that, Telly? I've been there.
Yeah, when you was driving that semi and that truck broke down
Yeah, that's
and you
how I
was
know
stuck out there for a week and he wasn't give you no hotel.
that's how I know when we get big enough to where I'm start managing trucks. I'm gonna be a great owner operator because I know how to handle my drivers. You know what I'm saying? I already know I'm not gonna forget that I used to be a driver. You know what I'm saying? How successful we get. You know, because I've been done dirty. I'm sleeping in the mechanic office, in the mechanic shop, in the truck.
Mm,
They didn't put you in the hotel?
They ain't put me in the hotel. I got my
mm-mm.
hotel money later because I ended up getting a hotel and then myself, and then once the truck got running, I kept all those receipts, and he didn't think I was gonna re up, but I re up on that money. But he was doing me dirty, and I know I'm the best driver he ever had.
That's wild.
Yes,
Wasn't like
indeed.
he was just outright offering in the beginning. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? Like it should be understood. Like if the truck break down, you need to
Yeah,
get him a
my
hotel. It
yeah,
was
my truck
like,
break down. You got to put your driver up. Like I
yeah.
don't even want to work for you if that ain't an option. You
Exactly.
just gonna have me out here sleeping in
Exactly.
the middle of nowhere in one of these little podunk town.
Walking to the Waffle House, and man, when I tell you, can we hear Brian? Cause I see him down there. He's sick.
Hey.
Nope. Can't hear Brian.
Um,
Can't hear.
uh,
Nope.
I just have to reschedule for another time.
Well, maybe
Can't
if
hear
we get
nothing
some,
you're saying.
give him some cue cards, and he can,
Maybe
write
sign.
and hold a sign up. You know what I mean? Yes and no's. Keep his answers plain and dry. You know.
Yeah, y'all missed the guy last week. He had what, 5 trucks?
He
Five?
said five, and he say he want to get seven. Hit
Yeah,
once
and
they
he
yeah.
he dispatched them all himself and worked full time. I was like, how?
The
How would
the
he do?
thought.
Unless he works at night.
He no,
No,
he's a
he said
project
working.
manager.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
wow.
Yeah, I think
dispatched 5 trucks.
yes. He
Yeah, he stressed
dispatched
out.
5 trucks. Yeah.
That the thought of that stressed me out right now.
Yeah, he
Uh-huh.
stressed out.
Code one kills gets on my my last nerve.
So he said he might on on a Friday he do like a long Friday to Monday load. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, still, that's still a lot for you to do all, you factor everything. Cause I know sometimes I like, hold on, let me stop. What am I factoring? I gotta slow down. And I've made a couple of mistakes factoring before. So I'm like, I can only imagine trying to factor 7 of them at one time. That's a lot. Five, I think.
If
Five.
if you if you pre booking, it's a lot easier. But you're gonna
But
have to pre book at least two of them. Gonna have to be like pre book. But I think he said he have a couple, well, only three that's over the road, and the other two do like short hauls.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That
But
makes sense
everybody
now.
finna start doing. Everybody finna be doing short hauls with these gas prices.
Hey, that's the only
Two,
thing we've
three,
been.
three, 250, 300 miles. That's it. Man, please.
Hey, try
Man.
to get try to get 2 loads out one tank. You know.
Yeah.
Now there's an expert right there, Miss Partial Queen Shanique. Go ahead and tell us the secrets.
I don't know. So,
Each load is a
with
vibe, huh?
partials, it's best to have I call them an add-on when you're doing a long haul. Knowing your maps, knowing your big cities,
Hmm.
knowing the dimension of the truck, how much pallets can fit. I had a multi-stop recently. It was 8 stops, and I said, you know what? This 8 stop is gonna take up the whole week because it's going from the south to the north. So as he offloads, I find a partial that's going in the direction that he's going to. So as he offloads and space is remaining, I add on. So
Damn it.
Same
it's
thing.
def-
I do the same thing.
How many
it's
low
definitely
boards you
doable.
have? You have a couple of low boards?
Yeah, I mean, I can only focus on so much, right? So I use
Yeah,
two main one, but I've done selectives. I did it all, one, two, three.
gotcha,
But
gotcha.
yeah, you can only look at so many screens at once. So yeah.
No, ain't lying.
But it helps me with the tabs because I'll change my tabs up. So like if the load going from Atlanta to Chicago, I'll open up a tab with places like Tennessee, Kentucky, places along the way to where if I can find something that's along that way on that route, and then I can just
Hmm.
go over to that tab and go find something. I already have the dimensions of partials in there, so it kind of helped me out.
Sometimes you can drop two full loads, but you have to be careful of the timing.
Yeah,
No,
it'd
that's
be
the
Yeah.
trick about time.
these, but
And
man, these
sometimes they
these
list 2,000 pounds and it's actually like one pallet.
do
And
do
they're
you
paying you dedicatedly.
do you find
Yes.
that find more brokers lying about I feel I have more issue with brokers lying about the weight and the height of partial than I do of full loads. Like usually when they give me a full load is what it is. But they'll give me a partial and I'll be like, no, you say it's 4 pallets and I get there's 5 or 6 or they weigh more than what he said it is. I don't understand like why are you not accurate with your numbers on partial?
In that case, I'm definitely charging you more,
Oh, absolutely.
right? I'm charging you more. I've had a broker try to be the demanding of a partial going dropping next day. I said, wait a minute, did I miss something? This is supposed to be a partial. There's no dedicated time on this shipment. I
No.
said, unless you are gonna pay, I could express it, you know? Oh no, no,
Hmm.
no. I was just asking. Are you sure?
Exactly. Yeah, they do that. They'll stretch it like that. They'll ask
I
just to
look
see
for
if
the
you'll
U.
say okay.
I look for the U boxes because I know that usually they, whenever you get it there, when especially when these people be moving cross country and all that, get you one or two of them U boxes. That's usually my go to partial.
Yeah. Those U boxes, they differ in size. It's good that you can fit it. I think the clearance is like
It's
96.
96. Yep, it's 96.
Yeah. Those are
You
nice, but they
Yeah,
can take up good space too.
yeah, it do. I normally don't get more than two. If it's I usually it'll be one, or if I can get two that's going to the same place, but I ain't going no more than that. Cause I don't really like these book full loads no more. Cause like I said, I just feel like the broker ain't really giving me what it's worth. I mean, I get a lot more now with my authority got age, but like I rather make my own load. So I partial the hell out that truck. Like I just think that's the way for a box truck. I think
Yeah.
if you're gonna really make it, you're gonna partial the truck.
Yeah. That's true.
Definitely.
How many trucks are you dispatching right now, Shanique?
Right now, I have two. So sometimes I have a owner. He actually worked with another dispatch, so I wouldn't consider him full time. So two right now.
Two.
Yeah, I
Oh.
can handle up to eight. I've done up to eight.
Do you only
Mm.
do box trucks or you do
No,
all?
I do it all. I just don't do anything below a 26 foot. And for hot shots, you cannot be lower than 30 foot trailer. Reefer box trucks, I kind of stay away from them. I don't do them as much. I will do a reefer semi though,
I
mm,
heard
and
reefer.
yeah.
if they can flip back and forth. Some of them can do dry goods and the reefer. I'll do that one.
Which do you like to dispatch the best? Is there any or don't matter?
I would say semis because I have more options.
Yeah.
They're easier to move. And
Mm-hmm.
then I would say box truck because I started that way. I feel like you have to start at a box truck before you can move up.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you a lot of knowledge on the equipment. So yeah.
So if somebody was looking to start into dispatching, what advice would you give them?
Um, be patient. It's not. You have to be patient, be understanding because you're working with not only the carrier but the broker. I would advise them to. You have to love what you do. Honestly, because if you don't love it, then don't come here. you know because there's moments that those brokers are so rude, and and you have to remain professional at all times, so
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Once you get that year authority though, then you can say if it. I start cussing them out. And I like, you ain't finna talk to
well,
me like that, bro.
not the dispatchers.
No, not the dispatcher, the broker. The broker. When I was 1 through 6, 1 and 6 months, I was like, yeah, yeah, I just shut up. I just swallowed. I'm a year in, man, damn you. Shanique, do you have like? Because I know you once you dispatch the truck, and I know the brokers be like reaching out to you. Like, do you have like two phones, or like how do you handle like when you are dispatching like more than two, like four or five? Like, how do you handle all them phone calls from the dispatchers? Because I mean from the brokers, because they aggravate me with just one truck. So
Yeah, good question. I do have two phones.
okay, I
I have
figured.
two phones. I'm very multitasking, so I can book two loads at once, right? I will be emailing one, calling one, my phone be ringing, I'll be answering, keeping up with the driver. You know, it's just being organized is the way to do it.
Yeah,
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
that's
I
yeah,
important
I
too.
I'm mad that I didn't early in life. I can't live without two phones now. I gotta have two phones. Like it's
yeah.
just a need. Not even with the trucking thing. Just period. Just
And sometimes those loads, because they happen so fast, it's good to dial on two phones. I've
yeah.
had where I had to dial TQL, for example. I have them put me on hold on this phone, and then I'm calling them with the other phone because I want the load. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Gotcha. What advice would you give somebody just starting out with a new authority?
With a new authority, I always ask to be patient, be understanding,
Uh-huh.
because in every business, no matter where you start, it will be difficult, Even if you open up a new restaurant, today might be amazing because it's a grand opening, but down the line, it's going to be slow. You're going to have up and down, right? But with a new authority, I do ask for patience because a lot of brokers, you haven't built that trust yet. They do not know who you are, you know? You haven't been lodged into the system. They just see your MC, see where you're from. They don't have any history of you being in an RMIS, highway, no inspections, They don't know anything about you.
Right.
So I would advise to keep building, stay positive, keep fighting. Eventually you will reach to where you can tell the broker, please don't call this phone.
Right.
So yeah, I would advise them to be patient, don't give up. I've worked with a carrier since day one, and he's over a year now, and he never gave up. And
Yeah.
sometimes the authority they might say, "Oh, I need 6 months," but if they're in a desperate situation and you're like 20 miles from the pickup, they will override you and give you that chance. So it's not all of them, but some of them will.
Because what I've noticed a lot of times when people authority is new, the first people they want to blame is dispatch.
Correct.
Like my dispatch is horrible, and I'm like, honey, it's not the dispatcher. They're getting what they can. Your authority is
Right.
new, and you just have to understand it's going to be a lot
Correct.
of no's before yeses, and you got to be patient. And you probably going to get stuck a few times waiting
Definite.
for your dispatcher to try to get you a load. So don't blame the dispatcher. You're going to
And
switch them, and you're going to have the same problem.
correct. And I've tell people this: if you have to be patient, if you cannot be patient and understanding, when you're 3 months down the line, call me back. And I've had situations where, um, I went brain dead. I'm sorry. I've had situations where, um, the driver they keep calling. I'm like, hey, I'm trying my best. Even TQL right now, they won't give you. It's hard to get that first load. They give you the story. Oh, you need more load history,
You
but
gotta
how
do
am I
10. You
gonna
gotta do
get?
10.
Yeah.
How am I gonna get that load history, sir? I've
Right.
asked them, or maybe another shipment. Then I
Yeah.
have to call the driver, explain to them. So I really, honestly, while onboarding, if you are new, I tell you transparently, either we're gonna be patient and work together to get out of this situation, or hit me back up the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you, for somebody who wanted to start dispatch, like the, what do you think the thing they need to invest in? Like, I mean, I know obviously like a computer or laptop, but like as far as like how much you think do they need money wise to start to get the tools to do the job?
I'm not. It's actually not expensive. The overhead expense is low. You
Right.
just need a subscription, the computer, the phone, and the knowledge. It's basically common sense, but it seems difficult. It's just understanding the equipment that you're working with is very important. You don't want to send a driver to go pick up a load with a 96 clearance and the box is only 92. Then you waste the driver's time. The broker is not paying you. Hold on.
Yeah, that's. I ain't probably not much overhead because really, what, laptop, cell phone,
Internet.
low internet, low board subscription.
Do
Maybe like a.
y'all get y'all own load board, or do you have to piggyback off of a carrier? Okay. She in mommy mode.
Mm, I think they
Cause I don't.
a
I mean,
friend of
when
mine.
you sign up with that, don't you need like your MC?
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry. Yes, you need an MC to have that. They used to be lenient, and then now because of all the scam, which is still there, they you have to have an MC to
So
have
you just use
access.
one. You use the person your dispatches for MC to sign up, or
Yes.
okay, that
Gotcha.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So even if you start working with them though, does that don't cancel out your subscription or nothing, dude?
Say that again.
Like if you start working with that person's MC that you were using to get the to link up with the load board, if you start working with them, does your subscription go away?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
They let you keep it?
Yeah, I have really good relationship with my
Oh, okay.
characters.
Cause the
Yeah.
dispatcher I had, I shut all that down. You ain't, and actually, they were paying me for half the usage of it. So,
No, they
what?
should have been paying you the full
Well,
for it.
I was searching on there too, so it didn't,
Um,
yeah. We were their only person. They were old school. They weren't like really on social media and all of that stuff. I was like, you need more
mm.
Re-
trucks. You need to be on social media. It was Sharice's old dispatch when he was working for that other guy.
Really? Now that I think
Okay.
about it, well, I don't know about the other load boys, but with DAT, if I just took somebody's MC riding down the street and just hook it to my email, because they don't verify nothing. They just verify that the MC is a legit MC. They don't verify if the email, goes with it or not. They probably you could probably just get somebody's out the street.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I haven't been able to get back on that. I haven't tried in a while. I've been on truck stop.
Yeah, that's the only one I ever use. I never even truck stop send me stuff all the time, but I never.
Yeah, I'm on truck.
But
I
from
like
what I hear, it's the same. It's literally the
it's
same.
the same thing.
It's the
I
same
use
thing.
highway now. I like highway. I'm actually liking a lot.
I
It's
still
all right
haven't.
there.
I haven't gotten enough of it yet, but
You just go on there. If you have highway, do you
yeah,
use
yeah. I'm
it?
saying, yeah, I'd use it, but I'm just saying, I just never like got any lows off of it. I've never tried though.
Oh, okay, yeah. We've gone on there, and when we was trying to get out of North Carolina, that's when we started using it, and we discovered uh it wasn't too bad. None of the lows we found were too bad.
Selectors, people pay that big lump sum to use
Yeah.
that word. Don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Ridiculous.
No, and nobody answers you. I tried it once. Yeah, nobody answered me.
I bet
So
I better
okay.
be getting for that much. I need to be getting 250 a mile for every load I book off of y'all. They don't even give me that much.
Yeah, when I first started and I was talking to different brokers, they was like, "Yeah, that's where we post our loads for box trucks." And I was like, now that I think about it, that I'm more educated, I'm like, oh, I wonder where they getting a kickback or they getting some type of commission
Mm-hmm.
to tell me box trucks are all using out. And trust me, I was like contemplating, but I could never. When I saw the price, I was like, I can't justify spending 200 something dollars for a
I
load
see
board.
a lot of people be splitting it, but that's too much. Like
Yeah,
and a lot of it be a lot of that like priority stuff and white glove stuff. So like if your authority ain't high enough, you ain't gonna get it anyway. So
And they
you
move it
still
right over. They move it right
yeah.
over to DAT and drop the rate.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard once it leaves selectors and go over, it ain't the same price.
Yeah.
mm,
Nah,
mm.
I'll let y'all rich folks
Yeah, I
deal with
can't.
that.
I can't do it. I've been over here cutting costs left. I'm like, do we use that? No, we don't need it. Let it go. Only thing I'm mad about is because we were gonna have that one truck run under our authority, and I ordered that ELD. And every time Motive called me, I said, "Don't call me unless you call in to tell me I could turn these other ones back in and quit paying for them." So
They have a contract.
I'm under a
Motive.
contract, so I can't. He was like, "Do
Yeah.
you see you?" I said, "No, I don't see me getting another truck." but we'll see. I
And I
mean,
think they renew your contract without you knowing too. And RTS does that, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not
no, they
mistaken.
they actually,
Y'all don't think no motive
nah,
renews it. Yeah.
they
They
don't do
don't?
because you got to
Mm.
sign paperwork,
You guys saw, yeah.
Okay.
and
After
it's
after a year, you own the, well, as far as when I signed up,
yeah,
you own the equipment, but you have to renew, and like and to sign back or whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
Did y'all see the notice on FMCSA about not selling your MC?
MC. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
never
was.
understood. I never understood why people would trying to buy that from people. Like it's too much hassle. Like just get your own. Like
I
I don't
think
understand.
they may have done too many frauds with that information. Because they're not transferring it the correct way. And it's causing like too much problems.
Because to my understanding, you got to transfer the whole business. Like you literally got to do the LLC or S corp, whichever one you're using. You got to transfer the whole thing.
They gotta buy everything, and that's pretty much what FMCSA is saying. Like you can't just sell your authority; you got to sell your whole business with it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
seen someone post on Facebook about Amazon. They sold their company and I think it was still in their name, and the person like took off with the Amazon. I don't know. It was one of the stories. Yeah, because of that.
also they got some Amazon loads and stole the Amazon freight.
Correct. And that person
Oh,
had to pay for it because the business is still under their name.
see, yeah.
Oh, see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, it makes sense though. Like, if you ain't sell the LLC, you technically still own the business, so that's your company stealing your freight. So like, that's what I'm
There
saying.
you
Like,
go.
I wouldn't even, I just wouldn't even go down that path of
I
trying to,
know. I'm like, you
like,
think I'm if you gonna buy my business, you buying everything, the debt, all. You ain't
yeah,
gonna.
Get an attorney,
I'm selling you
you
the
know?
truck. You like, it's a
Yeah,
whole thing, bro. Put all
yeah. I'm
this,
like, because what they
Yeah.
said people do is they buy the authority and then they let it sit.
right?
And then they go out there and do damage and go out there and start stealing freight and everything like that. And then because your name is attached to it, you're responsible for it.
I heard all of the when I started all of the ways, the hacks and stuff. People talking about the age of authority. You can put the insurance on a van and
Hmm.
let it sit for 6 months. I'm like, man, I'm not doing all that stuff, man. Like, it's not that serious, man. Just go get the authority. I rather start from ground zero and just if I can only get low with TQL, so be it.
I mean, that's what we did when we did lease on to somebody's authority when we first started. And it's a nightmare. I mean, like I said, anytime you run under somebody's authority, you run the risk of not getting your money. And he did that to us a few times, uh, not paying us,
I
and
couldn't.
us trying to figure out how we're going to pay these bills because he factoring everything late and paying us late. So that's when I talk to people about leasing on with somebody, I'm like, you need to be careful who you leasing on with because you're essentially delivering something and waiting for them to pay you.
To pay
And
you, yeah.
and what if they don't pay you? And that could happen. So I mean, I understand the frustration and the fear, especially when you have, you know, a finance truck. When your truck is in cash, it ain't so stressful. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you really have to wait for fuel and insurance. But when your truck is being financed, ain't no waiting on that.
Nope.
So for us, we did do the lease on and we ran under that guy's authority for 2 months. And then after that, we just was like, we're gonna have to just step out on faith. And I mean, we were able to pay the bills, but that was it. It wasn't no extra, no nothing. We were able to pay the bills.
If outside of a family member or somebody I got I guess a tight knit relationship with. I just a guy that I know wanted to lease on somebody, and I was like, I mean, you don't know these people, man. They might not pay you a dime. They might
Yeah,
let you deliver these loads, and you just sitting there waiting. Technically, they don't have to pay you nothing because it's their company,
exactly.
and
Exactly.
and you ain't gonna win that battle. So, I mean, do it at your own risk, but. If it ain't somebody that I know, if I ain't somebody I can reach out and touch when I need to touch them, I probably ain't gonna do it.
I mean, I did it. I let somebody run under our authority, and that was like the toughest lesson of my life. That's why I said if allow somebody to lease onto my authority, like you said, I need to be able to know them. That's why I say anybody who run under my authority, they have to be in Texas. They
Yeah,
have to be where I can see their vehicle and inspect it and know who they are, where they stay, where they live,
yeah.
know that
'Cause
they're
that,
really the person they say they are. We took a risk and let that guy run under our authority, and it cost us money.
'Cause that inspection, if they get pulled over by DOT, it's going on your FMLC and
Yeah,
not there.
no, and he was in a rental truck, which I didn't know. I didn't even know
Oh,
he was in a rental truck. And the crazy part is when he sent his COI to me and I sent it to our dispatcher, he was the one who caught that he didn't even have a box truck listed. He was like, "This is not a box truck." So then he had to send it back. And I should have stopped right there. I was like, yeah, I should have stopped right there. But I was like, oh no, he's okay. He's okay. But come to find out, he was actually renting a truck. And then he wasn't even paying the damn rental bill.
he riding dirty.
Riding dirty.
Yeah, riding dirty.
Riding and got sick with a load. I was like, you know what?
You know what? Something like that happened to one of my carrier. He leases out his MC. He doesn't have a truck. He allowed a box truck driver. He's been in business because he's been trying to get the contract with the post office. So he's been in business, I want to say 2 to 3 years. I don't remember. He leases out his MC to this box truck driver. The guy had weed in his truck while DOT pulled him over. Now he has
Oh,
a drug and alcohol on his MC. Yeah,
oh,
that leasing is
Two
very
fifth.
dangerous.
yeah,
Yeah. He said, well, now I have to wait till that comes off before I even look at a government contract, you know?
yeah. I get those emails for the post office all the time, but I haven't seen a box truck one come across yet.
No, no, he mostly focused on semis,
Oh,
but he
semi.
gave box trucks a chance. He changed
Mm.
his insurance to where he can put box truck under him. And the one time he did it,
Was it somebody in the same state as him or somebody out of state?
I think it was out of state.
Mm.
And I think he ended up costing him because he rented the truck under his company, and something with the tire, and it cost him for real.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a risk you take. Like I said, if I was to allow somebody to lease under authority, like they have to be where I can see their truck, inspect their truck, you know, do it the way you're supposed to do it, not just meet somebody off of Facebook and scan documents and I don't actually see their truck. I wouldn't do that again. I wouldn't. It's too much risk. I lost a lot of sleep. And he claimed he had all this experience and he had to call Sharif on how to strap down the damn loads. I was
Hey
like,
man, how you strap your load down?
I
Like
was
what?
like,
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah, no. And they got to be on your insurance policy. That's the part that people, they fail to realize. So now when people call me, ask, can they run under my authority? I'm like, you do know you're going to have to pay $4,000 deposit to come on my insurance. And if you've already paid a deposit for your insurance, then you might as well just run under your authority and sweat it out. But because if you come
Swear
over
it up.
here, you got to pay a deposit, period. My insurance agent ain't even, it's a deposit. And it ain't me. So, and my insurance agent also been warning me already that he's been renewing policies and he said they've been going up. He said, and it's been people who don't even have anything on there. And we do have those hours of service violation from that other driver that's sitting on there from us. It don't fall off for it'll fall off next year. So I don't know what that means. I'm over here
See,
like,
and
what the
that
hell?
type of stuff be the thing that sit in my mind and be making me think about pivoting because it's like You got no accidents, no no pullovers or nothing, and you trying to go up on my insurance. And some of these people don't even. Some of these people have trucks that are they're under 2020. They're like 2015, 2017. Like, why are these people paying 2,500, almost $3,000 for a month for insurance? Like
Why can't it
that
just
truck,
stay the way it is? Why
yeah.
and why every time I renew I got to pay this big ass deposit?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
It's
like,
like
what the hell?
it almost gets to the point where I feel like they're taking advantage because car insurance ain't like that. Like car
No,
insurance ain't rating like that. Like I get it, it's a liability, but like it still is a Class C vehicle. Like it's a vehicle. It's not a semi truck. It's not a one of them special trucks. It's a Class C vehicle. People driving it with Class C license, but you're charging them rates of insurance and raising their rates of insurance when they're not showing that they're a liability.
exactly.
My car insurance, even if it's just little increments, it goes down year by year. The older I am, the more safe driver I am, it goes down. But unfortunately, whatever it is, the box trucks is like, no, fuck that. Pay them a little bit more.
Yeah. It's no break whatsoever. I'm like, if you would just leave it the same. And why do I have to pay a deposit?
Right.
Like,
Usually the positive is just that when I first sign up with you, cool. Keep using that goddamn deposit.
exactly.
Like,
I'm like, why do I yeah. And I'm
right.
like, if we don't pay a deposit, we should get a couple of months free or something. That way when you get ready to have to renew, you got some cushion so you ain't coming up with $4,500 in 60 days. Because already our profit margins again are very slim to none.
I've always thought insurance companies, whichever, car insurance or any type of insurance, if I don't get in no wreck, if I don't get no accident for that whole year, you should give me half of that goddamn money back. Cause you
Exactly.
didn't. What did you use it for? I didn't hit nothing. I didn't break nothing. Like, give me
Home.
give me a percentage of it back or something. Like, nah, you just want the whole thing, and then you keep getting more and more. Like,
I know
it's
like
robbery.
one year when I renewed my car insurance, it went up. And I was like, why my insurance go up? I ain't had no accident. I'm old. I'm getting older. Why? Oh, well, it was a lot of because I think we had just had a hurricane or flooding or something. I said, well, I didn't have a claim. Why is my policy going up?
Right.
Where everybody's is. I'm like, that don't got nothing to do with me. I did not have a claim. If I had a claim, it would make sense.
So
Uh,
I don't know how it is in Texas, but here in Georgia and Neat might know it too. If you try to go get you one of these Chargers or these Hellcats, they gonna raise the insurance on it because these little fools down here they stealing them and they hijacking them. So just because if I like a certain car, I can't get it because somebody might steal it. Like what kind of sense does that make? Can't get a red one. Can't get a black one. The insurance gonna be higher. Like it's fucking robbery. Like the whole
I
thing.
was actually surprised. The insurance that I pay out here for my two cars,
mm,
I pay what 310 a month.
Mhm.
I think that's good. I
for
mean,
three,
for two cars coming from Virginia, I was paying 298,
yeah, I
and
pay two something.
there's nothing on the road but deers in Virginia. Okay, so compared to here, there's like cars everywhere. So I thought the premium would be higher, but it was $310.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
man, the car
pay
it's not that bad.
like 215 for my car.
Oh, not bad. I
One
like
car.
For one car?
for one
One
car.
car.
Ooh,
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
ooh.
Harris
Okay.
County. Harris County. And I'm driving a Lexus. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Harris
year is
County,
it?
2018.
Nah, that's robbery.
Yeah, Harris. I'm telling
If
you,
it was a
Harris.
22, 23, I could probably understand it more,
I'm
but
telling you,
18.
Harris County is high. I gotta move out of Harris County. That's what it is.
It
Uh,
sounds rich.
Harris County is
It
not. No,
sounds
Harris County
rich.
is high crime.
Oh,
So
really?
yes, yes. If you
Oh.
look it up, look up Harris County. I'm in Harris County. I'm in Houston. So anybody who's in Harris County is higher. I got to move out of the city limits. I got to move.
Okay.
Yeah. So my next house will not be in Harris County. Yeah, yeah. And actually my insurance went down.
You
Yeah.
need to go. You need to go get
Trust me,
you a
when I pay this
Prius.
car off, when I pay this car off, I'm going to straight. What do you call it? Well, you just have coverage to pay if you hit
Oh,
somebody. The
okay.
Liability.
liability. I'm
Liability.
going all the way down to and my friend was like, "No, you're not watch. Because if this car gets hit, that means I need a new one. I'm going all the way down to liability."
I don't blame you on that. That's a lot. Ooh, for one car.
One car.
That's,
Harris
that's pretty.
County. I didn't know nothing about insurance being this high until I got that box truck. And I'm like, why is my insurance? I was paying 2,500 when we first started for one truck.
I
And they
don't know.
was like, that's because you in Harris County.
Mine was gonna, but before I hired a driver, I was gonna have mine was gonna be 1,200 because this guy was older. And then he ended up not. He did not work out, but I didn't hire him. But the guy I did end up hire, he was younger, so it went up to 1,700. But he was like
Mm.
23 at the time, so it was definitely because of his age and stuff. But luckily, it hadn't went up or anything. And I think he had like two tickets within 2 years, so that probably added to it too. But definitely the age. But yeah, it's gonna depend on their driving history and their age. That's gonna really determine. And they if they young, they gonna tax you on it.
And that's why I
It's
said
just what
mine's
it is.
so expensive. Sharif been driving 25 years. And he'd be 50 at the end
Yeah,
of
that's
this year.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he has a CDL, right?
Yes.
see,
It
that was
shouldn't be
because
that
him have
high.
CDL it shouldn't be that high.
I
No,
mean,
no.
now I pay 1,400.
Oh, I said
But
that
when
ain't
we
bad. That's
first
about
started, I don't know if it's because our authority was new and we was renting a truck and we were with Progressive, and we were in Harris County. So yeah. So we're about to wrap up. Shanique, where do you see yourself in 6 months with your business?
Um, I see myself. I've been getting a lot of calls lately, and I see the growth coming. Um, I see big things coming up. My goal right now is to help the drivers with coverage because I am a life insurance agent, I need them to understand how money works because, we're all in this industry. We know about money. Instead of, I would like that for them to put it in the right place. Make sure their family is secured, make sure they're secured, invest in retirement. So my goal, I'm focused definitely always on dispatch, but I'm also focused on helping my drivers with coverage. So, and I'm working on a website, so I'm trying to put it all together, all my services in one place.
Yes, please get a website. You doing all of that, people need to be able to, you need to be Googleable,
There we go.
as
Yeah,
Derek say. Googleable.
gotta be Googleable, man.
Yeah, you do. You trying to put all this stuff out here. You trying to be a one-stop shop. You got to
there we
be
go.
making it easy for them to find you.
I didn't I
Definitely.
didn't I didn't get I didn't understand how important marketing yourself is. Like it's literally the basis of entrepreneurship. Like if
Mm-hmm.
don't nobody know who you is or they can't get to you or figure then you're nobody, honestly. Like
Exactly.
Right.
they can't find you.
Exactly.
So that
So,
website
Derek,
alone, oh I'm sorry, go ahead.
what about you? 6 months?
In 6 months, I don't know. I'm definitely brainstorming a pivot um in some type of way. Like I say, I still have a focus on what I do with the wholesale stuff, but I'm considering a pivot in the trucking thing. It's just talking to a few people, whatever, like the over road stuff, it could be lucrative, but I just want to see what else in transportation that we could do to you know get some more consistent guaranteed freight. But that's probably it. Like I'm not giving up on nothing at all. But I
Yeah.
just want to definitely make a pivot. But I got a couple of things I want to do, man. A couple of my creative juices are flowing right now, so I'm trying to take advantage of them while I can. You know, I don't want to. I want to be a. I want to. I don't want to be a boring old man. I want to be an active old man. So I'm trying.
Yeah. I think for me in 6 months, I have a mock training with Small Business Development Center. Y'all heard of SBDC? Y'all heard of them?
No, I never heard of.
So there's this thing called SBDC where a lot of people go and find resources and stuff. So I am doing a mock training so I could do webinars on starting a box truck business. And then I want to be able to, as you were saying, branding and marketing myself. So I want to be able to brand and market myself as a subject matter expert in the box truck industry. Um, so hopefully people come to me for consultations and come to me and learn about the different grants that they can win for their box truck business. And of course, get straight connect up and have all of those resources where people can be able to get in contact with Shanique or in contact with you, Derek, to learn more about the industry for people who are actually in it and not just out to just sell fake promises and stuff like that. So hopefully in
How,
6 months it's up and going.
how long have you been doing it? What, 2 years?
This will be year 3. Yeah,
Year
in
three?
October.
You're at the level where you probably definitely want to look into just building your own course and selling the course
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
it's like
so I'm gonna be talking to a branding guy in another week or so to help me with all of that.
you can literally let AI build the course for you, the whole presentation and everything, and it could,
Mm-hmm.
so
I actually done that.
I can see that for you. I can see that
I've
for you.
actually started uh people because now I'm more what do you call it? More content making more content on TikTok
Hmm.
on the podcast. I've actually created like different courses. So I have like one on starting your box truck business, just general questions because sometimes you've already started, you just trying to get some guidance. Then I
Right.
have the contract, how to prepare yourself to get government or state contracts, and then I have one on grants. So I have like 4 different courses and they're not that much. I try to make them reasonable, but the big one is like, you want me for over an hour, you're gonna have to pay a couple of $100.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Same thing with you, Shanique. Dispatching
Amen.
course.
yeah,
Dispatching
so
course,
what? Yeah,
man. Mhm.
that's what I
Yeah.
told her. So what I do now is when people say, "Hey, I have a question," I'm like, "So what's your question?" Depending on what your question is, you're going to get an intake form, and at the very end, you need to pay me a payment. So that's why I say you gotta, people don't really believe in having a website and all of that stuff, but I'm here to tell you it's very important in my opinion. Especially when you want to start getting into consultations, when you want to start looking into like bigger contracts, people actually do go look you up. And if they can't find you, and I know from when I was in commercial credit, that's the first thing I start doing. I want to go look at their website and read up on them. And if I couldn't find your website, I'm like, well, who are you? Then I go start looking for their Dun and Bradstreet number. So it was like I went through a series of things to go look up their company outside of just looking at their financials. So I'd be like, hey, can you give me your financials? If you don't have your financials, I can't take you seriously. You think I'm a give you some commercial credit? No.
And you can get ChatGPT to build a website for you for free. All you gotta do is copy the code and go get your domain from GoDaddy or whomever.
Mm-hmm.
Website built. It ain't gotta be flashy and fancy. It just gotta be, something with
Yeah.
pictures of you. Your mission statement, what you do, what services you provide.
Yes.
Place it on Google, and then you good to go.
I will tell you, and before we wrap up, I had a meeting with a big hospital in Houston, and I had to sign up on their vendor portal, all of that stuff. Then they wanted to meet with me. And this is the part that people don't think about. When you go sit down and meet with somebody, what would you have prepared? Would you have anything prepared?
You should.
Yeah, based on the meeting.
So I had like a quick PowerPoint prepared. So they was like, hey, so I was like, okay, I got a PowerPoint. They was like, oh, really? Yes, I do. Pulled up my PowerPoint,
Tell me too.
told them who we were, what services we offer. I had pictures of Sharif, me out there with the truck and all of that type of stuff. And one of the guys that was there, he was like, yeah, I looked up your website. So that's why
That's
I'm
the fir-
telling you, you
that's
ain't
the
got a
first thing they're gonna
website.
do.
You ain't got a website and you're going to go sit down with these people and say, I want to move your freight. They can't read nothing about you. That's not a good look. So eh, I tell people all the time, invest in yourself. GoDaddy is not that much.
It's not that
It's
much
not
at
that
all.
much to have a domain name. It's not that much to have a website, a
I
domain
think
name with your
it's I
email.
think it's no it's probably no more than $20, 20
That's
$25.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not a lot.
Not at all. So thank you guys. I'm gonna be emailing y'all. I'm gonna inbox y'all the Straight Connect link. Y'all could go on there and play with it, test it out, and give me your thoughts on what may be missing. Like you said, he built it. Probably use AI. Telly don't know how to do none of that. I am not technical whatsoever. And next week we will have another broker joining us, Steve Vest with Nationwide Equipment Transportation. And if you're on TikTok, you probably seen him.
Okay.
So if I need to get an insurance agent and somebody with compliance on here. That's my next goal.
What about Jeremy? He won't come?
He didn't, when I asked in the inbox, he didn't respond to me. And somebody actually tagged him on my post because he's red beard on TikTok, but he didn't say nothing. So I just like, okay, yeah. So I'll find somebody. I'm going to go network at the end of this month. And so I should have my business cards and all that. Hopefully I'll get somebody that's an insurance agent to come join on there.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you, y'all.
All
All
right.
right. Y'all
Thank
be
Thank
you.
good.
you. You too. Bye.
Bye.